Hello there and welcome back to another video, and this is going to be previewing the Champions League game between FC Porto and Liverpool at Anfield tonight. Actually, I'm recording this at 4 o'clock in the morning just before I go to work because I wasn't feeling well last night. Still a little bit not feeling great, but even so, we're going to get through this one as well, and we should have quite a good few options in this team as well, where we should be able to rotate, which is something that I'm really big on at the moment, is rotating. If we remember back to last year, I think we'd already topped the group, or we'd at least gotten our progression through into the next stage of the Champions League, and we played Diogo Jota, and then he got injured and he was out for ages. Obviously, we look at that as fans as like, well, why did you pick him? Why did he have to play and all that sort of business? And hindsight is always 2020. Jurgen Klopp will no doubt always turn around and say, we can't predict when people are going to get injured. There's always a risk, no matter what the game, no matter what level of the game there is, and he won't cater a team selection to in case someone gets injured, which is fair enough, totally fair enough, because you need to put out teams that are going to be competitive, that are going to win you games as well. But I see these next two games as complete free hits for Liverpool, where you could make wholesale changes, like change the entire starting 11 and the subs bench as well, because no matter what, we're going to top the group. We cannot be knocked off top. You could lose each game by 100 goals. We're not going to be losing top spot in the Champions League. So for me, I think it's much more critical that we go and actually do a bit of rotation, at least, if not quite a bit of rotation. But I would also maybe expect that there won't be a great deal of rotation just in case. Now, back in Liverpool training is Divock Origi, Nico Williams, Milner and Andy Robertson as well, which is good as well. Jota's taken part in Liverpool's open training session as well as Henderson. So there's 6 players already that were maybe casting doubts on whether they were going to be able to play or not, or feature. They've all trained, so there's definitely going to be loads and loads of chances for rotation. Having those players available just eases the mind as well when it comes back to going into the Premier League as well, because I didn't want us getting, and nobody would want us to, but like Liverpool fans anyway, but we don't want to get in a position where we were last year, where we get into like January and stuff like that. We're going to be losing Sadio Mane, Mohamed Salah, maybe Naby Keita as well if he's fit. We're going to be losing these players to the African Cup of Nations for a good few games. Making sure that everybody else is fit and firing and ready to go is going to be absolutely vital for us. So when we started picking up these injuries and stuff like that, I was just thinking, can we not have this again? Because we're not a club that acts in January, that if we need some cover somewhere, we're going to bring someone in. We did it with Ozan Kabak. It sort of didn't really work out. Like, it was one of them. It was when needs must, and he never got kept on at the club, and I think he signed with Norwich as well. But yeah, we've still got the potential to put out a good team. I'm going to tell you what the SofaScore app is telling me they think the predicted lineup will be. I don't think it's going to be. I think you might see some of these guys, but I don't think you're going to see many of them. Oh, I hope we don't anyway. They've got Alisson, Nico Williams, Konate, Virgil van Dijk, Tsimikas, Oxlade-Chamberlain, Fabinho, Henderson, Salah, Minamino, and Sadio Mane. Nico Williams and Konate, I agree with that. I think that's what you're going to happen. But I would go full rotation. I would put Kelleher in goal. I would put it's either going to have to be Virgil van Dijk or Joel Matip, because I still don't think Joe Gomez is back to anywhere near coming back. Tsimikas at left back, yeah, let's do that. Oxlade-Chamberlain and Jordan Henderson maybe in midfield. Fabinho, if I'm looking to win this game, yeah, I'm putting Fabinho in there. Otherwise, Tyler Morton, who is rumoured to be in line to be picking up his first start for Liverpool anyway, or at least in the Champions League and stuff like that. So that'd be really, really good. Minamino in the front line, yes, absolutely. If Origi is fit and ready to play, then I'd put Origi in there as well. And whether you're going to have Salah or Mane, or is there anybody? I think Cade Gordon can't play for some reason, and I'm not entirely sure what. So the only other change that you could see is you could still play Trent Alexander-Arnold at right back or James Milner, and you could play Nico Williams at right wing, and this could see what maybe Klopp was talking about Nico Williams' positional future maybe being somewhere else. He didn't say whether it was going to be further forward or not, but he's banging goals in with Wales. And looking very, very good as an attacking player, more so, and he doesn't look bad as a defending player. It was something that he needed to develop into for sure. But could it also then see someone, while the likes of Harvey Elliott aren't available, Cade Gordon's not available to play this game for whatever reason that was, could this be a good time to bring in someone like Nico Williams and say, show us what you can do in an attacking sense? You're doing it with Wales, maybe show us. That would be a case of absolute, full wholesale changes in this team. And don't get me wrong, I don't think that they're going to go with the team that I've put forward to you. I think there will be some first team players in there that we might not expect. The notable ones would be having Salah always seems to play pretty much almost every game because the man, touch wood, is always available. So Salah, and I think he'll be wanting to get his goal scoring record up anyway. He just wants to score more goals. And why not? I'm all for that. Fabinho could be another one. Virgil van Dijk could be another one as well. Having these first team players in around fringe players or young players could actually be quite vital as well. Now, obviously this game doesn't really mean anything for us, but what does it mean for Porto? Porto, we are on 12 points ourselves. We are untouchable. So Porto, they're on 5 points with a -3 goal difference. Atletico Madrid are on 4 points with a -2 goal difference, and AC Milan, disappointingly, are on -3 points and -3 goal difference with one singular point. Now, there is an instance in here if Porto get beat by Liverpool, which could happen, might go the other way, we don't know. But if Porto are beaten by Liverpool and somehow AC Milan beat Atletico Madrid, there is still a chance on the final day of the Champions League that Milan could go through the group stages, but it's very, very, very slim. And considering how well they've been doing in recent years, in like the recruitment of Ibrahimovic and the general style of play that AC Milan have been employing in the last couple of years, it's disappointing to see them. Like they are in a tough group. There's no mistake about it. Coming into a group that have Atletico Madrid, Porto, and Liverpool, very, very difficult group, a really tough group for them to be in. And maybe having just the 1 point is actually deserved for them. But it's just, AC Milan are one of the, giants of European football. And it's just a shame to see where they are at the moment. Hopefully they build, though, because it'd be great to see a team like that come back and, maybe we get a bit more competitive in the Champions League for sure. But Atletico Madrid need to win their games as well. And Porto will be needing, if they want to progress into the next stage of the Champions League, they'll be all wanting to pick up wins, whereas we can sit pretty, we could almost put our feet up if essentially, really it's just a game that we can actually just sort of sit back, maybe enjoy. As long as there's no injuries, we can sort of just enjoy the game. There's nothing to it. We could score goals, we could concede goals. There's, we don't really know what's going to happen in this game in terms of lineup, how the team's going to be prepared and all that sort of business. But like I say, it's a rare opportunity now in 2 games in the Champions League where we can actually just sit back, look at what's maybe going around us a little bit, but mainly just sort of enjoy our football games, not be too stressed or anything like that. As I said, unless there's injuries that happen, I'm more than happy just with whatever sort of lineup goes out there. We don't need to pick up the win. I would like to see a lot of rotation so we can keep people fresh for vital and crucial Premier League games coming up as well, because the top 4, top 6 is going to be really, really tight so far. We don't want to let, the likes of Chelsea, maybe Man City, we don't want to let those guys, get too much daylight in between us, because we want to say, that we're in part of a title race and stuff like that, but also whilst keeping pace in the top 4 as well. Like something that almost fell away from us last season, we cannot risk having something like that happen. So anyway, that's all I've got to say about that so far. There's not really too much that we could really cover, apart from the fact that I really want to see some squad rotation and stuff like that happening. That's what I would like to see. Get some of these younger guys, and the fringe players as well. Get these guys opportunities in the Champions League, big games, on like European games and stuff like that. Give them this opportunity to impress themselves, maybe see a different side of a Nico Williams and stuff like that as well. Hey, I'm all for it. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Anyway, thank you ever so much for watching this video. If you have enjoyed it, please do like it and subscribe if you're new around here. Have yourselves a wonderful day. I'm about to go to work, so I will catch you guys later. Take care of yourselves.